One of the most vexing problems when it comes to persuasion is how to persuade another person to do what's ultimately in their best interest. You would think that's the easiest thing to do, right? For example, if someone doesn't stop smoking, their lung cancer will get worse and they'll die. But believe it or not, persuading someone even in a life or death situation to do the right thing can be a lot harder than it seems. That's because even when something is a no-brainer, slam dunk, 100% right thing to do, if you take the wrong approach towards persuading someone, you will usually fail. I'm going to show you two clips right now from the TV show House of Lies. In these two clips, you'll see how one of the main characters, Jeannie Vanderhoven, who is a business consultant, totally fails to convince a hotel chain CEO to make changes to his marketing plan so that the chain will continue to thrive. And that's because she's taking the wrong approach in these two clips. After I show you these two clips, I'll then show you a final clip where you'll see how Jeannie finally changes her persuasion approach and convinces the CEO to make the changes she's recommending. So here are the first two clips.
Sifting through the data, but we have some initial thoughts. A good starting off point would be to segment your customer base.
We actually tried that about 2 years ago. Ended up being a waste of time.
There's a lot of opportunity for retargeting online.
Yeah, we tried.
A lot of travel industry businesses find success with loyalty programs, which you've tried.
Yeah, excuse me one sec, will you?
In this first scene you just saw, you saw Jeannie take the CEO out to a fancy and expensive dinner, but you see him get frustrated halfway through and he gets up and leaves. Okay, let's watch the second clip.
Demographic and psychographic shifts in the Gen X and millennials have turned them into LOCs, luxury-oriented consumers. They're not rich, but they want to feel rich. And when they travel, they want to see flat-screen TVs.
They want to see modern furniture. Glass shower doors, granite countertops.
In this second scene, do you see how he's impatiently looking at his watch? He's not buying what she's selling, he's not convinced, and he's certainly not persuaded by Jeannie. He's not persuaded by all these facts, charts, and data Jeannie's giving him, aka the wrong persuasion approach. It's all very logical and makes sense, but somehow it's just not persuasive to him. Now let's watch the final clip and see how Jeannie turns it completely around and finally persuades the CEO to bite.
That's a bit alarmist, don't you think?
Excuse me.
Got a hairball, Kitty?
Sorry, am I wrong here?
When I was 9 years old, my dad gave me a Polaroid camera. Roughly around the same time your dad gave you this fine company to run. And I loved that thing. I must have taken 1,000 pictures with it. Polaroid sold its first instant camera in 1948, and at its peak in 1978, they sold 13 million units. And in 2001, they filed Chapter 11. They made a very common mistake. They thought the past was the future. Now, maybe what we're prescribing is alarmist, but maybe if someone had sounded the alarm at Polaroid 15 years ago, my camera wouldn't be sitting in a closet collecting dust, because they don't make film for it anymore.
It's a big shift.
Not as big as watching a series of wrecking balls lay waste to your father's legacy.
Okay, let's do this.
So what did Jeannie do to turn this failed persuasion attempt around 180 degrees? Remember I said earlier, if you take the wrong approach in persuasion, it will usually fail. So what approach did she take to turn it around? She started using storytelling. You see the CEO snapping to attention as soon as she shifts her persuasion approach towards using storytelling. She convinces him that he should be fearful of changing demographics by using her Polaroid camera story. Then she connects that story to his father's legacy, which is a touching thing for him, as you can see. Now, why does storytelling work? You see, people are persuaded by emotion, not logic. All the logic in the world didn't get Jeannie anywhere in the sales meeting. People are persuaded by emotion first, and then they use logic to justify their choices. Storytelling is just one vehicle you can use to persuade people via emotions. Now, what I just taught you is one of the most important tactics of persuasion, but it's just a tactic, not a framework for persuasion. If you want to become a master persuader, you need to know more than tactics. You need a framework for persuasion. My persuasion program called NPP, the Non-Persuasion Persuasion System, is a simple 3-step persuasion framework that will teach you how to get what you want, when you want, without resorting to manipulation, deceit, shadiness, or sleaze. To see a preview of NPP, go to artofverbalwar.com/NPP. And since you watched this video to the very end, if you purchase from this link, artofverbalwar.com/NPP, you'll get $250 off the regular price of NPP. A discount nobody else will get just because you watched to the end of this video. I hope you check NPP out and hope you like this video. Please give it a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm Min Lu, and I'll see you next time.